Hey everyone, how's it going? Good evening or good morning, depending on where you are in the world. Over here in Japan, it's morning time Saturday. I think it's Friday for most of you guys, Friday evening. So thanks for joining me on another Instagram live stream. Help me start my weekend, and hopefully we'll wind down your week. So yeah, how's it going, everybody? Hello from Chicago. Hello, hello. Like I said, Bezat here from Yokohama, Japan. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. And I'm going to start off this live stream again, like last time. If you're watching this on the replay, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow. So I'm just going to get that out of the way at the start before I say it at the end. I know some of you guys don't make it all the way to the end. These live streams can run pretty long, so thanks for tuning in, everybody that does. Hello from Sweden. Hello, hello. All right. Berlin is in the house. I haven't been to Berlin in a while. It's you know what? We used to go very often. I miss that place. So hopefully we'll get to go there again soon. Montreal in the house. Los Angeles. Hello, hello. Mystic, Connecticut. That sounds like a fun place. Mystic. Markham, Ontario. Oh man. Good time. I used to spend a lot of time at Pacific Mall in Markham. That was definitely the place to be. Nepal, hello, hello. Konnichiwa. Minnesota. Bezat, how are you? I'm doing just fine. Just starting my weekend with you guys. My favorite way to do it. From Des Moines, Iowa. We're gonna have it'd be cool if they had a little thing where you could like check in and like the whole map could light up and we could see where everyone's coming from. I managed to get a knife before they sold out from the UK. Good man. The knives sold fast. I did not anticipate the speed at which those knives would go. So anyways, we'll see what we could do about getting more. I kind of don't want to run the exact same ones. Brendan sent me an email. I didn't even get a chance to respond to it yet. He's like, what do we do? I think because, I said it was limited edition, which they are. So I think we should change it up a little bit next time. Maybe do a different color or something, just to have some sort of differentiation between the first batch and the next batch. That said, we have already started looking into other partners to do some interesting knives with. So this is kind of the thing about Naked and Famous. Sometimes you do something and it works out, and from there you can expand in your product offerings. Any plans for an LA storefront? American Rag is the only retailer I can find here. American Rag is the retailer in LA. No plans to. There was plans, but then COVID happened. So we were thinking about where we would put the next Naked and Famous Denim store. LA was definitely the biggest. That was kind of the spot in our mind. Then this whole thing shut down, and that just put opening up more retail at the back burner, so to speak. It's not the greatest environment for retail right now. We'll see what happens once things kind of, open up again. There's got to be I don't know. Is there going to be a big boom after this, or are we going to see more people shutter? If I was a mind reader, I'd be a billionaire. So, we will see. LA is super effed right now. I don't blame you. Yeah, it's, we want to, I've definitely had, I don't know if I'm sure I've talked about this before, but like in terms of our growth, like, Brandon sometimes he says, I never want to be the Gap. And I'm like, no, I want to be the Gap in the sense that, the Gap was America's largest denim retailer for a long time. And yeah, I would like to be America's number one denim retailer. I mean, everybody wants to be number one. So, do I want to be huge and have these giant, massive stores? And no, little boutiques around the country, I think is certainly what I think our direction should be. But we have to take these things one step at a time. We're not the biggest brand in the world. We're still growing thanks to all you guys. And hopefully we'll be able to expand our retail offerings to more cities. I mean, we've got Montreal, we've got New York City, Los Angeles. I think somewhere in Texas, Houston, Austin would be a great place. Nashville, like Portland, somewhere in Vermont. Brandon is anyways. I like Vermont. I don't know. I think somewhere in Vermont would be nice. Boston, I don't know. Those are the kind of places I'm thinking, but we will see. London, UK shop. Again, I would love to one day. London is very, very, very expensive city. Atlanta, Mall of America, man, there's an infinite number of places I would love to open up. Every time, like, Risa and I are walking on the streets and we see like an empty storefront, like, hey, Tatsunyoko Japan, like, or Naked Famous Denim Japan. I don't know. It's not. It's retail is not easy. We are just a few people doing this whole thing. So it's like, how many more ways can we stretch ourselves? We're in the whispers right now, and I have superpowers. Just letting everyone know that. Thanks very much, Old School Chris. If you guys don't notice, Old School Chris, he does a lot of skate videos in raw denim, and I like to share them. So it's so fascinating. I talk about this all the time, and I talk about this all the time. Just the variety of different ways that people wear Naked Famous Denim, and it's fun to see. You can have a guy wearing a suit, and you can have a guy wearing a skateboard. They could be wearing the exact same pair of jeans. So I do want to highlight these. Today we released the Summer Sky Selvage. Next week we will release the Recycled, and then the week after we will release the New York Empire State Selvage. So I'm making the video for the Recycled. Steve from New York, he's making a video for the New York denim. And actually, he's in New York. He showed me a preview yesterday. It looks very nice. So I'm gonna have a little bit more free time between then and the Brown Fox release. So I'm gonna be able to create some different style of content. So I'll try to do that highlight. The what are you wearing kind of highlight video. So. Yeah. Mild Blend Supply in Chicago has a small but awesome Midwest location. Yeah, Mild Blend has been a long time supporter of ours. Even before they were called Mild Blend, they used to carry our line. So if you're in Chicago, Mild Blend is definitely the place to go. Okay, I know I've missed a bunch of questions here, so I'm going to scroll up a little bit. Seven Papa George, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us here. The design for the knife belongs on a shirt or jean patch, please. Maybe. What previews can we expect today? I have some of my faded jeans on my left-hand Twills. I have my True Grits. I'm wearing a Strong Guy today to show you guys what that looks like. I also have there's these herringbone shirts from fall winter 21 that somebody last week requested to show that I'm going to show. I know there was something somebody else asked for. Oh, I need to compare the Summer Sky to the Recycled Denim. Some people were asking me about the differences between those two, so I'm going to do... Those are going to be the previews today. Open up in Atlanta. Man, like I said, I would love to open up absolutely everywhere. Not Ohio. Well, I don't know. Maybe, why not? There's got to be some denim lovers in Ohio. You've worn both Weird Guy and Easy Guy. What's the sizing you switched between? I didn't. In fact, so I normally would wear a size 32 in the Weird Guy. And when I wear Easy Guy, I also wear 32. Now, the 32 Easy Guy is on my body bigger than the 32 Weird Guy, and that's by design. So, that's the point. That's kind of the point of the Easy Guy, is that when you put it on, they're supposed to be a little bit big. Now, I know some people size down one. If you size down one in the Easy Guy, you get kind of a hybrid of the Super Guy, Weird Guy fit. You know, it'll be slim on your body instead of a little bit more relaxed. But I like wearing them a little bit more relaxed, so I will wear my same Weird Guy size, and it will, on my physical body, whatever. Wow, my physical. There's only one physical body. It will be bigger. That was a weird. Have you ever considered making enamel pins featuring Tragic Blonde? My Oka Hemisphere jacket pocket flaps are in need of pins. We have considered it. There's so we carry a brand on Tate and Yoko called Munka, and they make these silver pins. And the thing is, the guy's pretty busy because he does everything. He makes every piece himself by hand. So we want to make some Tragic Blonde silver pins with him with some sort of turquoise. Like, this is an example of the stuff that he makes. So if you go on Tate and Yoko, if you go on Tate and Yoko, there's a brand called Munka. We have a lot of a great variety of pins. I'm trying to find. I know we have more. Recently, I have another one. We have another cat one. We like the cat stuff. But check those out. Eventually, we will have the Tragic Blonde version of that, but it will be a little pricey. So maybe it's a good idea just to do a regular kind of Tragic Blonde version. So something to think about. It is something we've thought about. So it'll eventually happen. Pop-up denim in Berlin. We've done it before in Saskatoon. We would love to. Again, give us, everything is just a matter of time and resources. So we will try to make it out to Berlin again one day. DC in the house. Friday can now begin. Saturday for me. As long as you continue making them, we will buy regardless of retail location. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's the power and the beauty of the store is that you get the full experience. You know, in something down here, you get the full experience. So, not every retailer can carry everything, and of course, as far as the way the stores are laid out and stuff like that, and the way we like to fold our jeans and have our staff, show you them, that's, you have a lot more control in that respect. So that's what it's what I like. I think we all like going into, there are great I love a well curated, multi-brand shop, but I also like going into like the shop's shop, because that way you get or very specific shops, very, 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 single focused minded shops. You'll always get a very interesting experience that way. And, so yeah, I mean, that's partially why I would like to expand it. It helps us, deliver our message, from our mind to our sales floor. I mean, as direct as possible. And retail, I mean, as much reach as you can get online, the beauty of physical retail is people discover you just kind of by accident. And, we're in a little bit of an echo chamber, because, I speak to you guys are denim lovers, and of course, you tell your friends and things like that. That stuff naturally happens. We talk about the things that we like. But, a denim store on a street front or in a mall, people, there's traffic there. People walk by, they discover, they see things. So there's another avenue for us to help, expand the brand, expand, our word of raw denim. So, retail is very powerful in that respect, of course, but, you have to balance it because there's a lot of cost involved with running a store. It's weird. I mean, the retail cycle, it went from, if you think, I mean, I don't know exactly what decade, but, the olden days, maybe like the 50s and 60s, where there was a lot of catalog shopping, and then, larger stores started being built, and then you get into the 80s, where the 80s and like 90s, where the malls were very important. So we went from people buying from home to people wanting to go out and experience to in the 2000s. More and more online shopping was becoming prevalent until we get to the 2010s, where it became very prevalent, and you saw I think a decline in physical retail. A lot of shops closed. A lot of shops closed. I mean, I can think of so many like shops that were, in my mind, like these are powerhouse retailers, and now they're no more. To where we are again now, where if you consider the situation, there is really no in-store shopping. That's not true exactly, but not to the same degree. And more and more people are buying from catalogs again, and those catalogs just happen to be on the internet. So I think that there will be a cycle, because we do want those experiences, and you can go to a brand's website, and as great as those are, and like the social media and these interactions and all that stuff is great, but there's something about going into a store, going into a change room, putting on a pair of headphones and doing it yourself. Speaking to a staff that loves the thing that they're showing you. There's nothing better than that. Like in fact, there's a store here in Tokyo. Anyways, there's a store here in Tokyo that we came across yesterday, and it was a store that me and Risa and Brandon would go to in New York all the time. It's a shop called Meadow, and they carry like fine salts and like beautiful chocolates and specialty alcohols and bitters and stuff like that. So very, very interesting stuff. So in New York, we would go every time we were in New York. We would go there. We'd buy something, it's a nice chocolate bar, or some nice salt. Brandon would get bitters. Brandon's really into like making cocktails and things like that. So we were walking by, and boom, we saw the store. And we're like, wow, they opened up here in Tokyo. It's amazing. And anyway, we were talking to the staff, and the staff there was very like, of course they're into the stuff they're selling. We were talking about some of the stuff they had. And they let us know that the store in New York actually closed over COVID, which was very sad for us. So, anyways, now, selfishly, it's nice for us because we have the store here locally now, and we can go instead of flying halfway around the world to go and shop there. But there's something not really nice about these really like specific stores. They have great stuff and great staff who are really passionate about the products that they're selling. I mean, the difference between going into like a Bay Bloor Radio. If you're from Toronto, there's a shop called Bay Bloor Radio. It's a famous audiophile kind of stereo store, and there's a difference between going there and talking to a staff member there about hi-fi, and going to the big box retailer. I mean, the staff there barely, they don't know what they're selling. It's very annoying for me, because sometimes I'll walk into those big box places because I need to buy something, and I'm sure a lot of us are like that, because we're kind of, I find if you're really into raw denim, especially if you're tuning into these streams, you're probably a little bit more of an aware consumer than the average. You might be among your friend group, you might be the guy or girl that people turn to ask for advice. Hey, what jeans should I buy? What's the best? Blah, 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 and so on and so forth. So being of that mentality, going to a big box store and looking for electronics or whatever, asking a question and then having no clue. Just, they're like, well, look, man, it's $200. Like, what do you want me to do? Whereas, you go into a specialty hi-fi shop like a Bay Bloor Radio, and they know they'll be able to give you the answer, and you'll be able to talk to them like at a certain with a certain degree of knowledge, and you both kind of understand each other. Those are the best shops. Those are the kinds of shops I like going into. Maybe some people are intimidated by that, but if you're a discerning customer, then I think you appreciate that. I don't even know where this rant is going. Anyways, just another Bezat rant that went on too long, and I don't know where it started, and I certainly don't know where it ended. Okay, let's scroll down because I've certainly missed some of your questions. Max Jr., hello B, hello Rose City Indigo. Meadow's a Portland shop. That's right, Meadow is from Portland, opened up in New York, and now they're here in Tokyo. And they are no longer in New York, but they make some really cool stuff. There's a truffle infused salt that I like to get there because it goes really good on popcorn. So if you want to splurge a little bit, go. I'm sure they have a website, Meadow Portland, and get some of that truffle salt. It's not cheap, but it'll make you feel rich when you're eating truffle salted popcorn. I'll tell you that much. Okay. Okay. I'm just scrolling up because I think there's a conversation happening and I don't want to answer at the end. I'm loving the Blue Owl collab so far. They are reminding me of my Elephant 4s. I had to retire fades 2 days in. Sorry, what did you do? You had to retire fades 2 days in? Oh, maybe, I'm not sure, but yeah, there is a special edition left-hand twill Blue Owl collab available exclusively at Blue Owl right now. Indigo by Black with slub of, it's basically a slubby midnight edition of our left-hand twill, and you can only get it at Blue Owl. Blue Owl, our left-hand twill is one of our number one selling jeans, and I believe it's their number one selling jean, and so we wanted to create, you know, a variation on that jean because it's just been so popular for them. And yeah, we worked closely, of course, with the Blue Owl team to develop that fabric custom for them. And you can get it now. I might have missed it, but can we expect more indigo knives? The answer is we are going to look into adding more knives. Whether or not we do them in indigo, I don't know. I did say that the first batch was limited edition, so I'm thinking we stick to that, and maybe we'll do a variation on it. Maybe it'll have different graphics on it, but we will see. This is the fact that they sold out this fast is I was taken a little bit aback by it. I didn't expect them to go that fast. We had 200 of the indigo knives and I think 10 of the wooden ones, and all of them just flew. The wooden ones were gone in like 2 minutes. They were literally, as soon as we published them, they were gone, and then just the indigo ones were just flying. I mean, the price is really good. So I mean, I don't know. Because we're not knife sellers, you know what I mean? It was just, a thing we thought would be cool. So, anyways, the fact that they flew like that was, I expected them to all sell eventually, but I didn't know they would all sell in like 2 or 3 hours. It was gone. It was crazy. Especially because we just announced them like I know I've showed you guys them, but on our social media and stuff like that, we only just posted them like a day or two ago. So it wasn't, not like it was a long build up or anything like that. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to go to the bottom. If I missed your question, let me know. I ordered a knife and I am stoked to get it. Well, you're very lucky to get it. Yeah, like I said, sold out very fast. Somebody put up the link to Meadow's Black Truffle Sea Salt. So yeah, if you're interested, go and check it out. But themeadow.com, you can find them there. So that's my weekly shout out to a brand or a retailer that we're enjoying. What's the name of the skinniest jeans you sell for men? So we make a jean called Stacked Guy, which is technically the skinniest, but we don't offer it in as many offerings as the Super Guy, which is our best-selling skinny jean. So Stacked Guy is a little different because it's more of an anti-fit jean. It's got a drop crotch with a tight leg, whereas the Super Guy is a little bit more of a classic fit, like a classic fit skinny jean, but it's not a man legging. It's not like hugging your ankle tight. So it's a 6.5 inch leg opening, if I'm not mistaken, 6.5 inch. So the Super Guy is going to be the jean you're going to want to look at. Why is the name Naked and Famous? That's a good question. Somebody wrote shock value. It gets you talking. Maybe, but that's actually not the reason. So, back when the brand was being developed, this is the late 2000s. We're talking here, and the most popular brands in any denim shop, and denim, I think, was at the forefront of everything at that time. It was the hottest thing. I was working in the denim department at a department store. We were selling jeans like crazy. It was a crazy time for jeans, and it was a very big LA wave of denim, and it seemed that the most important thing that was going on in the denim world, it wasn't so much of the jeans themselves, but it was who was wearing the jeans. Where I was working especially, we would have every celebrity magazine every week. Our manager would bring them in, we'd have them at the counter, and we would flip through them so that we knew what celebrity was wearing what jean, because we had them all, in the latest issue of whatever magazine it was, because I guess a lot of our customers at the time were reading those types of magazines, and they would literally come in and they would say, hey, did you see this week's issue or this month's issue of whatever? So-and-so was wearing this. What are those? And then we would be like, here you go. We got them right here for you. $300, $400, $500 for a pair of jeans. No problem. Every day we were selling like that. Dude, we had jeans $750, $1,300. They were selling all day. And it was all celebrity driven. It was like, so it was very odd, and Brandon's concept of the brand, and even, as a person selling that stuff, it's very odd to know that there wasn't, like, the idea of quality really wasn't on the forefront of anything that was going on. It was who was wearing it. So celebrity-driven culture is how the name Naked and Famous Denim kind of came to be. We wanted to have something that sounded similar to what was going on in the world with these, celebrity-type brand names, and that's why we have the Naked Lady pop art logo. It's basically tongue-in-cheek satire, making fun of the celebrity-driven, obsessed society we have. And, while they are selling you glitz and glamour at the highest possible price, we're selling you quality and construction at the lowest possible price. We're always trying to push value upon our customers. And, if you take a look at Naked and Famous Denim pricing, you'll notice that we'll have pricing at, here's one jean that's $166, and we'll have another jean that's $167. We don't bullshit the prices. Everything is very true in terms of, what our margins are, and, in terms of costing and things like that. We don't just make up the prices. There's a formula that we follow, and we just try to push out as much value as humanly possible when we put these products up for you. So, if you ever see brands that, everything's the same price, somewhere there's a margin maker there. Maybe, I don't know. But it just doesn't, as people who are in production, that there's cost differences. So if there's a retail price that always ends up being the same, that doesn't make much sense. It does from a business perspective, but from our business perspective, when we're trying to push value and, high quality at the best possible price, even $1 makes a difference for us. So it's the name Naked and Famous Denim. It's there as satire. It's kind of there to be like, oh, this is one of those celebrity brands. And then it's like, oh, wait, there are no celebrities involved with this at all. It's the highest quality fabric. If you know about fabric. And the price is really good. What's going on here? So for maybe the uninitiated, like they're not going to notice. Whatever, they're a nice pair of jeans. They bought them a good price. That's cool. But if you start looking into it, you kind of understand what the message is that we're trying to put out there. Have you ever heard a celebrity shout out Naked and Famous in a song that made you surprised to hear? Yeah. I mean, we've been, as far as I know, there are like 2 songs, I think 3 songs, that we've been like called out in. There's an A$AP Rocky song called Goldie, and then there's a song, G-Eazy. I forget what song it is, but I'm pretty sure he mentioned us in 2 of his songs. He seemed to like Raw Denim. He's rapped about Raw Denim a few times, but I don't think it's happened as of recently. So I'm not sure. If we have, I haven't heard about it, and that would certainly surprise me. I still have the origami denim crane you made for me back in 2014. Hope to meet you again someday. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I hope to get out to those retailers soon. Hopefully sooner than later, and so I can hang out with you guys. I was talking to somebody from Toronto the other day, and it's like the next time in town, like let's do a denim meet up and hang out. I'm like, absolutely, that would be a lot of fun. Maybe we can do a pizza crawl, go to a bunch of pizza places and eat a bunch of pizza pies. Is there a release date for the NYC denim? Yes, April the 7th. So April 7th, we are working on that. Okay. Recycled Selvage coming soon. Cool idea. The Recycled Selvage is coming this coming Friday. So not today, but next Friday. What jeans have good room in the thighs, but a deep taper towards the leg opening? You're going to want the Easy Guy. So I'm presently wearing the Strong Guy. So the Strong Guy has the same top block as the Easy Guy, except it has a sharp taper from the knee down. The Strong Guy is straight from the thigh down. So you have a much wider leg opening. I haven't worn these in a while, but yeah, but this is the Nightshade Selvedge. So Nightshade Stretch Selvedge, you can see it does fade quite nicely. I haven't put as much time into these as I would like to, but there's still plenty of life in these jeans. I gotta show them a little bit more love. But I have been mostly preoccupied with my solid black selvage, which I'm wearing for the Indigo Invitational. Hey, do all releases on Tati and Yoko also release on Naked and Famous Denim NYC? Unreleased 11 a.m. EST. I didn't see the knives land listed on NYC, and I wanted to combine shipping. In the end, had to buy the knife on Tati and Yoko. They're supposed to be. Everything. All of our releases come out at 11 a.m. on Fridays. Generally speaking, sometimes we might have a special release that doesn't follow that rule, but generally speaking, yes. And if it's not there, refresh the page or give it a minute. Sometimes we have to update inventory. There's certain limitations on websites about with regards to how products get released. Like on Tate and Yoko, the website we've had it a little bit longer, and just the way that we've edited some of the code, we're able to put product up without inventory that isn't showing sold out. Whereas on the Naked and Famous website, we actually cannot do that yet. We have to go in there and do some tweaks to the website so that we can. So product that is not, like, you can't preview a product that's coming out without it showing sold out. And I don't want it to say sold out because it's not sold out. It's just coming soon. So we have to hide product, and then it has to get released at exactly 11. So someone's behind the computer doing that. Whereas at Tate and Yoko, we have to manually gun that information in right at release time. So sometimes there might be a minute or two delay. You got to hit those refresh buttons. But yeah, I wish that we could have the products available to look at anyways, there's some tweaks. Look, we're a denim company mostly. We're as good as we are at the websites. There's still like, it's not like we have full developers doing all this stuff for us. It's just us here. When we can tweak the website, we do it when we have time. So it's always a grow. It's an ever growing project. Just maintaining those websites. Like sometimes I'll be in there just trying to tweak the way the collections are arranged, online merchandising, so to speak, just so people can, I always wonder, like, are people, how many, you can see in the analytics, but like, I don't know if those are always like necessarily true, like how long people are looking at stuff or where they're discovering things, and, are people clicking through all the brands, and I just want to make sure people see all the stuff that we get, because we can put up images and release information on social media, but that, like, if we get new backpacks, for example, like we just got a shipment of new backpacks, like we'll do a post on social, but if you miss that post, then you might not know that we have new backpacks. And are you when you get to Tate and Yoko, are you looking at the latest arrivals? Are you just going exactly for the product that you're looking for? Are you browsing around? So, making sure that people know about all the stuff that we get, it's an ongoing challenge. Okay, let's scroll down a little bit. What did I miss? Also, hello, Bezad. You just missed a couple of rants, but not to worry, because we have the live stream replays up on YouTube, so you can catch all the stuff that you missed. Also, here's something I learned recently, not denim related, but just YouTube related. Wizard of 32, Garrett in the house right now. If you have questions for Tate and Yoko, Garrett's here to answer them. So I learned recently that I'm learning about YouTube stuff. So there's in the YouTube algorithm, they tend to promote videos that have high engagement rates, right? And so for them, part of the engagement rate is the ratio of time of a video that is watched. So, we put out these shorter videos, and those generally, people watch to the end. But because I'm putting up like 2-hour live streams every weekend, and, it's a small fraction of people that watch the entire thing, the engagement rates, I guess, according to the algorithm, are lower. So, some videos just don't get pushed the same way. So, like, sometimes I'll see, like, we'll put up a video and, like, just there's barely any views compared to, like, a video that we put up, maybe a similar video that we might have put up a week or two before. And it's just a weird wave. Not that I'm asking you to watch these live streams the entire way. I'm just trying to think about how we can that's the problem, is that you're constantly, even with Instagram, you're just constantly forced to, like, try and hack the algorithm so that your own audience can see your videos. So I gotta figure some stuff out. Maybe I don't want to stop doing these live streams. I'm very happy to do a 2-hour live stream. That's no problem for me. But I also want everyone to see all the content that we put up. And I mean, I could ask you guys to hit the notification button and things like that. And sure, go for it. But like, naturally being promoted to your audience is certainly better than that's more people are gonna see it that way. There was something else to add to that. Another weird thing, again, if you are following us on the YouTube, I'm sorry, I don't mean to lecture you guys or anything like that. I'm just telling you the facts. I see there's a lot of commenters who comment regularly, and they probably don't even realize that they're not subscribed to the channel. Check to make sure that you're subscribed, because that helps. Our numbers are. We're trying to grow those numbers. So if you're constantly watching our videos, then generally you'll get recommended them, but just because you're getting recommended our videos doesn't mean you're subscribed to our channel. So if you want to do me that favor and subscribe to the channel, I would certainly appreciate it. I was able to cop the wooden knife today. Those boxes, better watch out. If you got one of those wooden knives, you're very lucky. Those sold out pretty much immediately. Somebody's asking, Garrett, what are you fading today? I'll let Garrett answer, but I already know the answer to that question. Any new samples to show off today? Yes, I'm going to be showing some off shortly. Found some honey butter chips at my local Asian market, and OMG delicious. Honey butter, very underrated flavor, very awesome flavor. I would, if you can get more, get more. We found some ridiculous chips, and I'm not sure how to feel about this. But, so we're going to be trying these out today. Blueberry, is that blueberry gum? Yeah. Blueberry gum. So this is, I guess, a popular brand of gum here. Blueberry gum potato chips.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's very classic. It's probably one of the best-selling gums in the 90s.
Risa says it's one of the best-selling gums.
Probably not today, but
yeah. So the one of the most classic gums of Japan. So we'll try that out a little bit later on today. So Garrett answered, what is he wearing today? He's wearing the 40-ounce. Garrett is our wear tester for the 40-ounce Denim. He's wearing them for the Indigo Invitational as well. Just subscribe to the YouTube. Thanks for the reminder. Thank you very much for subscribing. Appreciate it. What do you think of the Snyder Cut? I have not watched it. I have not watched a movie in, I don't know, it's been like 2 weeks maybe. The last movie we watched was Friday the 13th Part 2. So my wife has not watched them all, so we're gonna work our way through the entire set. So we got them all. In fact, I have 2 different Friday the 13th sets, but this set is, if I can talk about movies for this set is pretty awesome if you can get it. It's the Scream Factory Friday the 13th collection. It has every Friday the 13th movie. Great set. If you like Friday the 13th, and I hope you do, because we have the Friday the 13th jeans coming out this Halloween. You'll enjoy that set. Isn't the Snyder Cut like 5 hours? Is it a 5-hour movie? You know, as much as I enjoy Lord of the Rings, it's just not one of those movies where I'm like, hey, I should watch this again. I've watched it a few times, and I even have the extended editions with the extra hour, so it's like a 4-hour movie. Yeah, it's long movies. If they're more than 2.5 hours, I'm very like, ugh. 4 hours for the Snyder Cut. Okay, it's awesome. All right, well, I'm gonna have to take your word for it. It's probably not something I'm gonna rush to watch, but I will get. It's also like, you know what I have never watched, honestly, an Avengers movie. I've never watched a single Avengers movie, and I have all of them. I have all of the Avengers movies. So somewhere here. Yeah. Avengers, the second one, the third one, the fourth one. I got them all. These are probably sealed still. I have most of the Marvel. I think I'm missing like one movie in the entire Marvel movie series. Reese and I wanted to watch them all chronologically. We started with Captain America, the First Soldier, I think that was what it was called, and then we stopped. Not that we stopped because we didn't want to, it's just there's a time constraint. I think there's 17 movies in the whole thing, but I have not watched any Avengers movie. Not even one. I don't know. Sorry, Avengers fans. I know a lot of people enjoy that series, but I have not watched it. We got to. All right. What's my favorite zombie movie? That's a good question. I would I would go to the classic. Where is it? I have it here somewhere. JKL. Oh, I have a couple of. You know what? I have a couple of. If you want to talk zombie movies, this is a good topic. So, this is still sealed, but I actually have 2 copies of this. Night of the Living Dead. This is this my favorite? I can always watch this movie, and I will always enjoy it. My favorite zombie movie is... Where is it? It's here somewhere. Return of the Living Dead. This movie is punk rock and zombies and comedy. This is my favorite zombie movie. Yes. There's also, what's it called? Just a movie straight up called Zombie, Zombie. Italian director, I forget, I don't want to mispronounce his name. Lucio something or other. That movie, very good. I do enjoy that one. And then just the George Romero trilogy. So Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead. So this is a great Dawn of the Dead set that I just got. And then there's Day of the Dead here somewhere as well. Day. Here it is. This is a really good one. I enjoy this one a lot. Of the trilogy, Night, Dawn, and Day of the Dead, they're very different. Night of the Living Dead is definitely the best one. This is the second best one, I think. I like this one a lot. Anyways, yeah, I do enjoy a good zombie movie. Zombieland is good. Shaun of the Dead for me. Yeah, there's no limit to, oh, you know what? This is a crazy one. Just straight up called hold on. Lucio Fulci. That's right. Lucio Fulci. There's a movie. This one is just called straight up The Dead. This is The Dead 2. There's also The Dead 1. This is The Dead 1. This one, yeah, that's right. So, The Dead is based in, like, Africa, and it's, like, what would happen in Africa if there was, like, a zombie outbreak. And then this one, the sequel, is what would happen kind of in India. So, these are, like, different, certainly, like, you know, you don't really get those, like, cultural flavors when it comes to zombie movies. So these were kind of a very interesting take on what would happen, in those situations. What other good zombie movies do I got? I don't know. I got a lot of movies, as you guys can tell. Okay. Anyways, that's enough for movie time. But that was a good question. It's funny because we all probably binge watch Netflix shows. Movies are just tougher to sit through for me. Yeah, I don't think, it's probably 50-50 for us, Netflix shows and movies. We don't have a lot, like, I think maybe Reese and I watch one episode of a show a day. And that's usually just with dinner, and that's usually about it. I'll watch YouTube, and then we're just buried in work. I wish we had more time. I have video games to play. None of that happens. Dead Alive or Brain Dead, if that counts as a movie. You know what? Dead Alive. I've not. Dead Alive is on my. I have to buy that. That's on one of my shopping lists. I do not own it. I'm just trying to think now. There's another movie, Dead Alive. I think it's hard to get on Blu-ray. And there's another movie called Freaked, which I've never seen, that I really want, which is really hard to get on Blu-ray. It's a little pricey because it's an out-of-print disc, and out-of-prints tend to go for a lot of dough. I'm just trying to... I don't know. Anyways, if I try to recall all the movies that I want. 28 Days Later, I'm trying to think. I've definitely seen that. I just don't remember it very well. It just doesn't ring a bell. Train to Busan, I own it, haven't seen it yet. Watch Japan Sinks 2020, Bring the Tissue. Is that a horror movie or a sad movie? If you want to talk about Japanese zombie movies, this one is called One Cut of the Dead, and it is a single cut, no cuts in this entire movie, 96 minutes long zombie movie. So, yeah. Check that out. I think this one's on Netflix, but I got this one from the UK. Yeah, One Cut of the Dead. Crazy movie. It's Air Max Day. What Air Maxes am I wearing? I think I only own one pair of Air Maxes. And, let's see. What do I got? These are some Flyknits from a bunch of years ago. And, yeah, those are my only Air Maxes. They do the job, but, they're very comfortable. My wife got me these. I like these. They're super clunky, but I haven't worn them yet. These are some undercover. Check those out. I've not. They're a little weird. I like weird, but I just haven't found the right outfit to put those on with. The Nikes I really appreciate are these Gore-Tex ones. It's been a little bit rainy the last little while, and these are just great to wear in the rain. You know, your feet stay dry. Anyways, got a lot of shoes. What would you say is the biggest challenge for Naked and Famous Denim in 2021? What's our biggest challenge in 2021? Shipping. There's just shipping delays everywhere, and so getting fabric. The thing is, the customer doesn't, and by the customer, I mean, that's not necessarily true. Well, let's break it down. So there's a lot of international shipping delays right now. As you know, there's not as many planes, there's not as many boats. There's some there's a big issue with some in the Suez. Anyway, there's some canal that's blocking a bunch of international shipments, and just getting stuff by boat is really hard right now, and everything's backed up. And our independent retailers, if we're shipping spring summer, we're actually, this season we were very good for spring summer 21. We're gonna have basically everything out by next week. The only delay was the brown fox, and that's coming out a little bit later, but more or less everything was shipped to retailers practically by the end of March. So January, February, March, 3 months into the spring summer season, we shipped absolutely everything. I see some brands that are starting to ship now, and they're going to get their goods into stores, April, May, June, that kind of thing. We like to get our stuff out there early. It gives our retailers a long time, to sell the stuff. So, and even if things are a little bit late, as independent retailers, they understand. They're not working on they don't have these cancellation date deadlines, things like that. But big retailers do. They need to have their planning is they need to have X amount of new merchandise in their store every month, because that's the way their stores work. They want to make sure that their floor has new merchandise all the time. That way, when their customers come in, they're always seeing something new. It's just their model. So, if we're shipping a large retailer something, if they've pre-booked something and it's not going to be available for that month, we have to pivot and provide them with an alternative if we have one. And then those items that they ordered might get canceled. We ship them something else, but those items now we have in excess. And so there's a I think we're going to have some issues in the fall when it comes to shipping. We're doing our best. We try to pre-book our fabrics as early as possible. And that sometimes means we have to basically guess how much of a particular item we're going to sell in any given season. And that guess could be high, it could be low. And so if we underproduce and oversell, then, there's going to be shortages. We don't want that. We want to, the ideal is to have just as many products as we know the customers want. So, we don't want to make too many. We don't want to make too little. So it's always a guessing game. And when you have to factor in how long things are going to take to ship, at least not even, how long it's going to take to get the things that you need. And, so if you figure it's instead of taking 3 months to get something, it's going to take 5 months to get something. It means that we basically have to make a guess on an estimated guess on how many items we're going to need for production. So, you run the risk of over or underproducing. Generally, it's underproducing is the problem because, it's we don't want to overestimate and then, we get stuck with stuff and things like that. But anyways, that's currently the biggest challenge of 2021. It's global shipping. And that's going to affect everything. I mean, you're going to run, there's stories of like chips and, computer stuff that's all like backed up because they can't get the stuff. But it's all going to be, it's not just, we can't get our denim fabric in time. Well, what happens when the mill can't get cotton in time and they don't have enough cotton to make the denim? So everything, this is going to back everything up globally. And as a consumer, you don't really know about these kinds of things. It's like when we go into production meetings and, we're looking at developing a new fabric and the price is like 30 or 40% higher than, maybe a similar fabric that we developed a year before. And they're like, yeah, well, cotton prices have increased. And like, I understand cotton prices increased. They understand cotton prices increased. It's like the consumer doesn't understand that cotton prices have increased. So it's always a challenge trying to like, okay, well, how much of this cost can we push onto our consumer, without them feeling like, this is a money grab or something like that. It's like, we have to absorb some, sometimes we just absorb some of these costs ourselves. I know on Tate and Yoko and through our retail, like even in wholesale, the Canadian dollar for the longest time has just been like, I mean, it's been steady for a while, but it like dipped hard compared to the American dollar from when we first started doing things, and we never changed our prices. So we were essentially selling, things for like 20% less than what we should have been for a long time. And then we finally just had to, say, hey, we have to do this. Like we have to adjust our pricing a little bit. And, that at retail, that meant mostly, $5 to $15 increase, which isn't the biggest amount, but like we don't like increasing. Nobody likes price increases, but it's just, and inflation and, all that stuff. It's a lot of things to consider. I mean, and there's just, yeah, I mean, I guess that's why we have these conversations. Like we try to be pretty transparent and let you guys know what's going on. And, it also makes you better consumers. But yeah, there's so much that goes into absolutely everything. And, we try to make it as invisible as possible for you guys. I can't just write on our website, cotton prices have increased, so therefore our jeans prices have increased. Like, you guys, you don't care. That's not your point. What the consumer cares about is, I buy my jeans for $175, $160, whatever. And why are my jeans now $205? Like, that's an increase. That the consumer isn't going to just think, it's because of global, shipping delays and the cost of raw materials going up. Nobody does that. So, that's the challenge. Anyways, now maybe you'll understand if we ever have to increase the prices up a little bit. Midsummer was disturbing. Loved it. Midsummer, Risa and I were in a the only movie store in Japan that I think is worth going to. But even then, the prices, Blu-ray and like DVD prices in this country are ridiculous. Like, they're stupid expensive for a movie. And anyways, we picked up a Midsummer set yesterday, and little pricey. There's on the A24 website. There's a 4K Midsummer set that I think we're gonna order this weekend. So haven't watched it yet. It's been on the watch list, but I want to go and get that set and enjoy the 4K. Never bought a pair of Naked and Famous jeans before. I plan on the Milk jeans to be my first pair. It's a great choice. I mean, they're gonna look like a classic pair of raw jeans. They're gonna feel silky smooth, and then of course you know what makes them so special. I think that's kind of a neat. If you're gonna start with a pair of raw jeans, like that's a good one to start with. Just because, and it's especially for a Naked and Famous jean, because you get kind of what we're known for in terms of making weird and interesting and different things. So I think it's a good choice. The Dead Don't Die is a great zombie flick. Bill Murray and Adam Driver star in it. Yes, I have not seen that one yet. Rockin' Jelly Bean, the guy who does Erotica, did the movie poster for Japan for that, and there is a Japan set with that artwork that I want to get. So I'm waiting. I can get it anytime, but I haven't got it yet. And when I do, then I will watch it. It's probably on streaming. I don't know. I like having discs, as you guys know. So sometimes if there's a set that I particularly want, I don't want to watch it on streaming because then I'll feel like, oh, I've already watched it. I don't need to buy this. So I heard it's good, so I want to get it. I want to get the set, so I will wait to get the set to get that. 28 Days Later is Danny Boyle, directed by Alex Garland. Danny Boyle directed, Alex Garland written. Got to get them Red Wings. I don't own a pair of Red Wings. I don't own the Suez Canal. Yeah, the Suez Canal is what's backed up right now. I've seen too many Suez Canal memes today. I have not seen a Suez Canal meme because I'm just not in the world where I'm seeing a lot of memes. Thanks for answering, Bezad. All the best to you and the Naked and Famous Denim crew. My pleasure. You should have a cotton price ticker. Like I said, I don't think the customer cares. I'm sure we're not. There's no question we're not the only industry that's dealing with like raw material cost stuff. I can only imagine like people who are just like selling straight up raw materials like coffee. Like, what are these guys doing right now? Like, there's gotta be some kind of shortages happening, especially with shipments. Like, as soon as the free flow of coffee beans are not they're not on the boat, prices are just going to increase. This stream is talking about zombies and supply chain issues right now. That is true. Zombie movies and supply chain issues. You will not find those two topics covered on the same stream anywhere else in the world. That's why you tune in to this kind of content. My cousin did hair at a fancy place in the mall where Dawn of the Dead was filmed. It was a cool place to see. Fans to zombie walks there. That's really cool. What's his name? Savini. Tom Savini was in Dawn of the Dead. I'm just trying to think. He's the very famous horror movie makeup artist and a special effects artist. And it's fun to see him pop up in a bunch of different movies here and there. I also need to see The Dead Don't Die. Looks so good. I'm so glad there's a lot of horror and zombie movies in here. The Dead Don't Die sucked, somebody says. Okay, well, it's got Bill Murray, so I'm going to watch it anyways. Little secrets have been in the zeitgeist lately. One of my favorite parts of Raw Denim is knowing there's sneaky details only certain folks know of. Yes, I mean, if you tune in here, you'll certainly learn all the inside details. Does the Milk Selvage feel like the Chun-Li somebody wrote Chun-Li Selvage. The Chun-Li wasn't a selvage denim, but the Does it feel? I would say it's probably similar. Probably similar. Zombies and supply chain issues are directly related. In a way, you could say that. I remember at the start of the pandemic, I was watching a bunch of zombie movies just because that's the way I just felt about the world. I was have I been wrong? I mean, we're certainly, there's nobody was accosting anybody for in zombie movies. A trope is the common trope of the people turning on each other, and I think over the last year we've seen a lot of people turning on each other very quickly, accosting each other for having maybe wrong think about stuff, and it's just it felt very zombie like to me. Work in a third wave coffee shop here in MN. I'm assuming that's Minnesota or Minneapolis. I'm not sure. Surprisingly, haven't seen a price increase yet. Well, let us know. I mean, I'm curious about that. I mean, if I would imagine most coffee is being shipped on containers, and if shipping in general is slower, then I wonder what the effects of that will be in the coffee world. Nice. Keep us posted. I love your enthusiasm and unfiltered commentary. Yeah, it's not so much that it's unfiltered; it's that my just words spit out of my mouth. I'm not. There is no filter. This is the verbal. Just a lot of words coming out of here. No, there's no control. I guess that's the same as unfiltered. I don't know. What am I talking about? Just ordered the Indigo Higo no Kami knife. Really didn't expect the ironwood one to sell it so fast. Would have loved that one for the VG10 steel. Yeah, if you got even the Indigo one, you're lucky. Those things sold out way faster than I thought they would. So enjoy that one. We will be looking into the next edition of knives very soon. Okay. I'm going to scroll down a bit. Okay, here we go. What if the corona vaccine is how zombie apocalypse starts for us? Yeah, I mean, I've watched enough zombie movies. That's the problem when you watch enough zombie movies or wrestling. To me, the world is wrestling or zombie movies. It's, I just look through my world in those two eyes. Interestingly enough, I know, like, just generally, if you're a wrestling fan, I think a lot of people start to see the world as wrestling angles. But if you watch zombie movies, you're just aware of, there's a certain awareness of human destruction, and just stupidity, that will be your own demise. Not that I'm saying, any vaccine is going to do that, but, it is certainly the premise of a movie, of a zombie movie, and I'm sure somebody will make that movie. Watching Contagion felt different during the pandemic. I'm sure a lot of people watched Contagion. Like, that's probably one of the most popular movies of the last year. I've got that movie right here. Certainly a good old Contagion. If you haven't watched this, you should certainly watch this, especially in the current global situation that we're in. If you want some lighthearted material, you should watch Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger. $4.88. That's it's a good deal. Walmart, Canadian. Haven't opened that up yet, but definitely seen this a bunch of times. Watch a 80s action flick. You won't be disappointed. I felt very prepared when COVID hit. My survival enthusiast best friend and I began hypothesizing zombie doomsday. Hypothesizing. Sorry, I'm slightly illiterate. I felt very prepared when COVID hit. My survival enthusiast best friend and I began hypothesizing zombie doomsday scenarios. I was watching zombie movies, and then we watched The Shining. because The Shining was also like, okay, we're all going to be locked up inside. What's going to happen? And well, Jack, all work and no play did make Jack a dull boy. We didn't all murder or attempt to murder our families, but certainly I've heard of many families and relationships ending over the fact that they were all locked in together. So maybe there's some truth in that movie. Speaking of The Shining and Stanley Kubrick, Risa did a great embroidery job on one of my jeans the other day, and so if you've seen Full Metal Jacket, this was on the guy's helmet there. So Born to Kill, and then the peace sign. So she did a great little embroidery job here for that. So I'm pretty happy with that. I like movie themed embroideries, and Risa is working on another embroidery. So she's just, this is your what are you doing right now?
Oh, I'm just tracing
the graphic.
Yeah.
So she made a graphic, and I guess she's gonna trace this onto what are you putting this on? A jacket, a shirt?
I don't know. I thought I'm gonna try a felt patch this time.
Okay.
Just to, because I'm scared how this is gonna turn out.
All right. So Risa's,
I'm wearing a jacket.
she's working on some new chain stitch designs. I have a Higa no Kami from Shun that is really nice. I can't wait to add another one to the collection. It's not a slip joint, though. It's a linear lock. All right. I'm learning more and more about knives as this thing goes on. Garrett is a knife guy, is a knife enthusiast. I had a knife which unfortunately I was carrying with me when I went through an airport, and they had to take it from me. So I lost my only good knife. Life After Beth, another good zombie flick. I think I've heard of that one. Is it that there's a Life After Beth? Is it? You're gonna have to explain it. Maybe I'm gonna explain it wrong. So let me know what that one's about. The Shining is incredible. Stanley Kubrick is incredible. Big fan. Is the knee fixed on those jeans? Not yet. I do have to. Risa, she doesn't have to, but she's going to do some repairs. So one of the things that I want to do is a repair video, and we will document the repairs on these jeans. So that'll be one video. We should have made a video about embellishing your jeans. Maybe we should have done it with this, or maybe we'll do it with another one. We will do another video on, trying to customize and make your jeans a little bit more your own. So those are some projects that we will tackle in the near future. Is that chick from Parks and Recreation in it? Aubrey Plaza? Yeah, Aubrey, I'm trying to think. There's a movie I have with her, and I don't remember what it's called. Ingrid Goes West? Is that? Yeah.
That's a cool movie.
Yeah. I have not seen it, but I know she's on the cover of it. We're just going through all the movies today that I haven't watched. I'm just trying to think of if there's any other zombie movies that I could really, really recommend. I don't know. I'll think of it. A repair video would be great. I have ripped knees in a few pairs. All right. Well, I'm sure you guys will find it informative, and it won't be so difficult. So we should. I think somebody said here, those jeans are just begging for some sashiko work. I think what we'll do is we'll do a couple of different ways to fix your jeans, and then, from like easy to a little bit more advanced, doing stuff by hand, doing stuff with machine, and we'll do our best to cover it all, so you get a good idea of ways to do it. Hello from Guelph. Hello from Guelph. Guelph, Ontario. Okay, so I want to do a couple previews with you guys. Let's go over some fades because I think some people did want to see those. So I'll show off my my two. I have two jeans here. So my my two easy guys. So I've got my left-hand Twills. I've shown these off a bunch of times. I mean, you've seen me wear these, but I wanted to show them compared to another pair of jeans that I have that I don't show off very often. So it's my left-hand Twill Selvage. I don't know, worn for a bunch of years, washed a bunch of times. I don't wash these like every week or anything like that. They get washed a couple times a year. Now, what really I think accelerated the fades on this particular pair was the fact that we washed this with a little bit of bleach. So every now and then when we would do the wash, we'd throw in a little tiny bit of bleach into the wash, and I found that it really brightened up the fabric. So you can see just how like bright this is and light it is. So I'm not opposed to throwing a little bit of bleach in the wash. Don't throw it directly on the garment. You know, if your washing machine has a bleach container, throw it in there and then it'll release it into the wash as necessary. But if you're not sure how much to use very little and then see how much your jeans have changed, and then next time adjust based on that. But we were just eyeballing it mostly. And this is the result. So the denim is really, really comfortable. It's kind of at that point where, you can see how many rips are in the jeans. So the denim is very delicate at this point. I've worn the crap out of these, but they are very, very comfortable. And you can start to see, there's some wear. That's going to become an issue sooner than later, starting to wear out here a little bit more too, but there's certainly more wear on the front. You can see I've got the nice honeycombs going on here in the back. I cut these jeans short with a raw hem, and as you can see, they just kind of rolled up like this. If I want, I can iron that out and just get that to be straight, and you can have that like frayed edge showing off a little bit more, but eventually I feel that these do just roll up, and then you're just having to iron them every now and then. No big deal. I like the way that it looks. It's just a, kind of a bohemian, pair of jeans here. Just real casual. So that is my left-hand Twill. And let's compare that over to my True Grits, which was before the Indigo Invitational. This was the jean that I was wearing the most. And I really love this fabric because you can see that it lives up to the name, and you can see just how gritty it is. It's got this really, I guess gritty texture. How do you keep the inseam from releasing? They just don't release. I'm wearing a raw hem here. Raw hem here, raw hem here. Just cut it. You'll get a couple of strands here and there that'll come out, but you can see like they're not just going to voluntarily fall out. You're gonna have to hold on. Let's try to rip this out. It takes some work to pull these out. So you're not gonna have the issue where the jeans are just gonna completely fall apart on you. And if you do have any like longer strands like this, just cut them off, and then they will stop. They will stop pulling. But anyways, I do think that it does have having all these frays does kind of have a nice and interesting look to them. I'm talking seam though, the in and out seam. How do you keep them from releasing? They just don't. They just don't. I've never had an issue. So let's do a couple more comparisons here with these jeans. And what I love about looking at raw jeans that have been faded by the same person is you can tell a little bit more about how they fade their jeans. And here's a good example. On my left-hand Twills, I guess I definitely had more phones throughout the time, but I was definitely wearing my phone here. But on this pair of jeans, I was wearing them more on the outside. It looks like I guess I was having it more on the outside of the pocket than the inside of the pocket. Here, yeah, you can see that fade over here, and then that's kind of represented over here as well. So the top corner certainly pokes through. I have this line that goes here. It's a little bit more predominant here, but I get the same very heavy creased line at the top of my leg. It's like a jean whisperer over here. Reading, you've got that line here. That's coming out over here as well. So you start to develop the fades very much the same way on each pair, at least in terms of like pattern. You can tell that they've been worn by the same person more or less. Here's an interesting one. Like, you've got that sharp line right here, and you can see it's really starting to come right here as well. So, and then that diagonal line, the way it goes here, boom. So let's put them right next to each other, and you can see that we're probably going to have like a wear pattern that is, coins here. You can see the circle of where coins would be here, right? Boom. This one's kind of, little vein going off over there. I can't really tell if anything happened there, but like you got that line here going up, and the way it just, carries on that way, and then you can see it here as well. Do I wash regularly? Yes and no. I mean, I'm not washing every week. My jeans will only really get washed when they're filthy. So, like my Indigo Invitational pair, I don't know how many months it's been, but I haven't washed that at all. My jeans might get washed 3 or 4 times a year, maybe, depending on how much I wear them. Like, the True Grits, I don't think I've worn these even a single day this year, just because I've been wearing my solid black selvage. But I mean, if I had been wearing these more regularly, they probably would have seen a wash this year. So yeah, I wash when necessary. I don't overly wear my jeans until they're like disgusting. Some of you guys do, no problem. But I do like washing my jeans because I just feel like it helps accelerate the fades. How much do they stretch over time? That's a tough question to answer. They'll stretch a little bit, but I've also grown. So some of my looser fitting jeans just aren't as loose as they used to be. I've over COVID times, I think I gained like 20 pounds. So I gotta take it easy. I have more prominent crease lines on my left thigh than my right since I've been recovering from knee surgery in the past year. Left leg lost a lot of muscle, created more drape and fold on one leg. That's interesting because if you keep a record of all of your faded jeans, then the jeans that you wore during this time will certainly have like slightly different fades, and you'll be able to tell, like, if you go over like a decade of faded jeans, you'll be like, oh, those are the ones, and you can tell that they haven't faded so much on this leg because of this, that, and the other. I have, these are the only 2 pairs of faded jeans of mine that I have, like really faded jeans that I have here. In Montreal, I have a bunch of my older ones on our fade wall. I just donated them because I'm just out of room. So I have, even here, there's so many clothes that we have all the samples here, so there's an endless supply of apparel in my house that is just constantly being managed. But yeah, when you've got stacks and stacks of jeans, especially for me, like, I like keeping them because I like documenting them. I like having old jeans and things like that, even if I can't wear them. But at some point, if I can't wear them, then they're just taking up space. And I had just a pile of jeans that, when I used to be a size 28, they were. It's not like I was ever gonna it's not like I would ever be able to fit them again. Like they were, you know, some jeans you're like, oh, if I lose a little bit of weight, I can wear them. Those, there's just no way. I was a different human when I was a size 28. So I put them up on the wall. They live forever on the wall now. But at some point, it would be nice to like get all my jeans together and just go through all of my faded pairs and see what the progression of that has looked like. I hate the knee bags I get from riding my bike. It's okay. You know, your jeans will they'll settle eventually. That's not a permanent thing. Yeah, COVID snack time has done a number on me. COVID snack time is a real problem. Oh man, the other day we went to the park and the park was like uphill, and like by the time we got up the hill, I'm like, I'm gonna die. Oh, I have no. Like this is my world. This apartment, and like I barely leave it, and yeah, long walks are a struggle for me. Any tips and tricks on how to break in faster? Don't baby your jeans. Some people baby their jeans, and I get it. You know, these are expensive pieces of clothing, but treat them like shit, and you will fade them faster. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Wipe your hands on them. You're cooking, whatever it is. Wipe your hands on your jeans. Whatever manual physical work you got to do, wear your jeans. Don't baby them, and you will get the best fades. I have a fade pattern form on the mass of my keys I carry. I did not. I have a fade pattern form the mass of keys I carry. I did not wash my first pair of Naked Famous jeans for 6 months. All right, that's about the same length of time I go. Sometimes more, sometimes less. It just depends on how dirty they get. Okay, snack time is catching up, dude. Snack time has been catching. I don't just snack time on live streams, you know. The struggle is real. I've been trying to be better, but it's hard. There's a lot of snacks to eat. Okay, I want to show off the few more jeans. Well, have you guys never made a jean shirt? We have, actually. There's actually a couple denim shirts on the website right now. Check out the work shirt 10-ounce denim. There's two versions, one with metal buttons and one without. What about when the inside of the jeans that feels greasy? I do not want to wash, but sometimes the insides can feel greasy, especially after sweating. Wash your jeans. Wash your jeans or air them out. You know, hang them up on a clothesline and air them out a little bit. But if your jeans are dirty, you should wash them. Do you wash more frequent after the first initial 6 months of wear? Just depends on how dirty they get. If I'm wearing them hard, like if I'm back in Montreal, we're working in the warehouse and we're moving boxes and stuff like that, your jeans are gonna get real dirty real fast. So after. I'm not gonna say I even if I'm in there for a few weeks and just they're getting filthy. I'm not to say that they'll necessarily get a wash right away, but I'm more conscious of how dirty they are, and if they've got like stains, like food stains and stuff like that, then they're gonna get a wash. You seem like a super cool dude. Thanks. I try. Any camo in the near future? Yes, we have some camo work pants coming out in the fall. Will the Elephant 9 jacket shrink at all when I eventually get to wash? They will shrink a little bit because all fabrics shrink in the wash, but they'll stretch back out. In fact, if you've been wearing your Elephant 9 jacket for a long time, it's probably stretched out already, and it'll never shrink smaller than... none of the permanent shrink will ever be smaller than when you originally bought them. Okay, I'm going to go over a couple of previews because I know there's some people probably waiting for that. And one of the previews I wanted to show off was this herringbone shirt that we have coming for Fall/Winter 21. So... a nice heavyweight herringbone. I really like this colorway with the brown and the purple here and the orange. I called it before, like it's kind of like our Wes Anderson shirt. It gives me these old retro classic vibes. It comes in this brown. It also comes in this dark navy version as well, navy black. And, you've got the classic American sports color here. Some people give me flack on this. I really like this. I think you don't have to button your shirt down, but I do enjoy a classic button-down collar shirt. I think it's a little bit more, vintagey, so I like that style. Yeah, I don't know. Some people don't want it. I mean, we make the Aloha shirts for that, but, I like the button down. It adds a level of sophistication, sporty sophistication to the shirts that I like, and so I like these retro style things. So that's why I like having the button down collar. But the fabric itself, yeah, people are commenting here on how comfy it looks. Believe me, when you get your hands on this fabric, you'll feel just how comfortable it is. It's super soft. And you will certainly enjoy it. Ignore these little fluffs from the cat. That's life with cats. So we have always made great shirts. I think our problem has been that we don't tell our stories very well when it comes to shirts. I mean, we are busy telling all of these denim stories, but this is something that we will be focusing on a little bit more when we into the fall as we get there with these products. So you'll get to know a little bit more about each and every shirt. Maybe not each and every shirt. We put out a lot of shirts as the season comes along, but we will certainly highlight our favorite ones so that you can see just how special they are. James Dant over here, Tommy, he does a lot of great photos of our shirts. I think if you're not following him on social, you definitely should be. We're going to be updating our tags here, so that's coming soon. I used to wear only button-down collars. Now I don't wear them at all. Yeah, things. People's tastes, preferences change over time. I like them. That's why they're there. It's not that I get very many complaints. I just every now and then somebody say, "Hey, why do you make button-down collar shirts?" Like, because I like them. That's why. Have a couple of work shirts, including the denim one, and they're always wonderful. I wear the work shirts a lot too. That's your other option as well. Like if you don't like the button-down collars, then we make these, classic work shirts, and those are like jacket, shirt, shackets, and they certainly work double duty. What's your favorite ounce, weight, and why? Okay, to wear doesn't matter. I'll wear anything. But my favorite is whatever it is that the heaviest denim that we make, because it's the craziest. It's Houndstooth, not herringbone. Did I say Houndstooth? Did I say herringbone? This is a Houndstooth. Anyways, I don't know what I said, but if that is if I needed correcting, thank you for correcting me. The collars don't curl. One super solid argument. That's right. That is definitely right. If you have a collared shirt that doesn't have the button downs, eventually they start to do this little wavy thing. You got to do all that stuff. These don't. They always stay down, nice and clean. Okay, I want to show off the recycled denim because that's coming out on Friday. We're gonna be releasing them on Friday, and I wanted to compare it to the Summer Sky, which came out today, and because I know some people are kind of on the fence on which one is the right one for them. So let's go through. No, it was one of the comments. Oh, okay. All right. Well, there you go. In regards to the Houndstooth herringbone comment. So I guess somebody commented that. Okay, let's take a look at the recycled denim compared to the Summer Sky Selvage, because these are two light blue options for the summer, and some people have been asking me to compare them because they're not sure which one to get, and I will do that for you right now. So the Summer Sky came out today. This light blue, lightweight, 10-ounce denim. You can see it's got like some little neps in the fabric as well. So these little flecks that add a nice little bit of detail here. but it is a much brighter blue than the recycled denim. So 10-ounce lightweight. This is 12.5-ounce standard weight. As far as like, you know, the way the fabric is going to drape and feel, this feels much more like a classic raw denim. As you can see here, there's not a lot of like flow to this material. It looks like cardboard. It feels like cardboard. That is your classic raw denim. Whereas these, I mean, I've worn them for a little bit, but you know, it is not as like rigid as, you know, this denim is. So this is going to be much more comfortable right off the bat. There's a lot more drape to this fabric. Even as raw, when you wash them, they're certainly going to be, you know, a lot very drapey. That's not to say that these won't be drapey after wash. I will show you what a one wash looks like. But lighter weight, it's going to be more comfortable right off the bat, and a much brighter blue tone. So when we compare that to the recycled denim, you've got a heavier weight denim, 12.5 ounce. It is a much paler blue by comparison. You can see that here. Now you still get that like neppy, flecky kind of look in the denim, which I like. And the other thing is that this denim, unlike this denim, this is a rope dyed denim. This is not technically dyed. So this is a mix of taking offcuts of fabric and recycling that. So they take the basically what's left from the cutting table. When you cut a pattern for jeans, there's always these parts where it's you know, it's basically unusable. It's waste. So they take the waste material from cutting, they shred it, and they mix it with cotton. So you've got a blend of indigo dyed material that is mixed and spun with new cotton. So that's how you achieve this color. So these are not technically dyed. They are colored from the yarn, which the yarn itself has some dye in it. So don't expect these to fade very much, if at all. They will be very, and to be fair, they're very pale already. There's not much more to go. I mean, if you take a look at a well faded pair of jeans, you can see the lightest that this is going to get is very similar to here. So there's no more indigo to lose, really. So you've got a lighter blue denim, feels more rigid. It's got a similar look in terms of its, you know, in terms of neps and things like that, but it is lighter and it's heavier. So if you like that, if you want the classic raw denim feel in a lighter blue color, you know, at the very least, this light blue is still going to be an easier color to wear than a classic dark indigo, because, you know, it's not going to absorb the light the same way. But they are similar and they are different in many ways. Different option. I don't, you know, if you're a light denim fanatic, then, you know, maybe both is the way to go. But if you're only going to pick one, pick the one that you think you're going to wear more. If you're more into comfort, I think that's the way to go. If you want, you know, the raw denim feel, because that's the way you wear your jeans, but you want something lighter blue so that, you know, the sun isn't going to make you melt, this is a great option. It's also a great story. I think it's a really nice denim, and if you want them to be more comfortable, you just wash them once. So this is the women's version, which comes pre-washed, and so we do a rinse wash on this fabric, and it just becomes very, very, you know, obviously you wash the fabric out and it's going to have a little bit more drape to that fabric. You can see it's not going to, it doesn't hold up the same way as, like, you know, these would. Like, maybe they're kind of draping the same way, but you can see that this is a much more drapier fabric, whereas, you know, you hold that up and it's going to be laying flat still. So that'll drape. That doesn't drape much at all. It's, you know, rigid all the way. So you can see that even after wash, it still retains the very, very similar color tone. It doesn't change very much. So that is the difference between the rinse washed and the raw version of the recycled denim. So they actually kind of get a little bit more grayish blue with wash, if you take a look closely there. So wash them once, and you'll get a drapier material, or keep them raw and just beat them up the way you would normally. Okay. Recycled entered my mind and never left. Might need to go and try some on when I can safely. Yeah, good idea. I mean, when you can go back to the denim shops, please do. I'm sure, you know, we certainly miss our guests, and I'm sure your local shop misses you as well. I certainly miss being in store. It's, you know, we would have, you know, senior regulars and things like that. It's, you know, you miss these people. I mean, luckily, you know, I get to interact with many of you through social media, but it's always nice to see you guys face to face, shake your hands, give you a hug. So hopefully we'll be back to that soon. Originally from Montreal, can we have a Quebecois vulgar selvage? We're already working on it, my friend. I don't know if you've watched our previous live streams, but we've certainly planned that out, and it's the Montreal exclusive gene will be the Montreal exclusive. So just like we're having the New York Empire State Selvage, Montreal will have its own exclusive gene, and it will be the Vulgar Selvedge Quebecois edition, pure French. There will be no English on that gene. Not a single bit of English will be on that gene. That we're going to make it so Quebec that we will make Quebec very proud. I don't know if you guys know, but Quebec is they're very proud of the French language, and as they should be. It's their language. But there are literally language police in Quebec. Not joking. There are language police in Quebec, the Office de la Langue Française, and if you've got an English sign, they will. What's nice is that you will get a warning from the government, and they will tell you exactly what you need to change, and they will give you time to do that. So there are regulations that we're just constantly having to, like, you know, there's certain things you gotta do. You gotta do it the French way, and that's just the way it is. Like, you know, in Quebec, for example, KFC is not KFC. It's PFK, like Poulet Frites Kentucky. Whereas in the rest of the world, it's KFC. In Japan, it's KFC. In France, it's KFC. So, it is what it is. Like, look, man, that's their language, and they are a minority, and they have their right to their culture and things like that. So, we're going to honor our French Canadian tradition and make a pure French gene for the Quebec, the Montreal edition gene. I think it's a good. Anyways, I love it. We're you'll see. It's going to be a good presentation. I think we'll poke a little bit of fun at you know, ourselves a little bit, and yeah. We it's a long time coming. We certainly needed to have a Montreal exclusive at some point. Do you have any fade examples of the raw denim cap? You know, I did, but I don't have it here. I had the Japan Heritage cap. I wore that a lot personally, and I left it in Canada. So when I'm back in Canada and I have all my stuff packed up. When I find it, I will show you, but I don't have one right now to show you, unfortunately. I just got the knife. I'm stoked. Good man. Those knives went fast. If you got one, you're very lucky. How did it fade? takes a while, I imagine. It's the Japan Heritage, so you'll, because there's a bunch of seams. I mean, I have the Japan Heritage black cap, which just dropped, by the way. Sorry, it's a little covered in cat fur. You'll get, like, marbling around the seams and things like that, but, maybe I should start wearing this one, give you guys, that experience, but, yeah, the Japan Heritage black cap just came out, and there's also the indigo version as well. And these are all made in Japan. I need to get the roller on there. It's covered in cat fur. I got a lot of jeans. There's a lot of jeans in my house, and I got cats. That's what's gonna happen. Will the knives be restocked? We're working on that. Like, literally, Brandon sent me an email just not too long ago. I don't think we expected them to sell out in one day. So we did not have plans. So we're gonna work on plans. We're gonna work on what the next step for the knives are gonna be. So that said, there will probably be another like made in Japan knife, but we're also looking to work with some other knife brands to see if we can bring you like a real high spec knife. So we're working on it. Just put together the full set of Fire King fruit mugs. Thanks for turning me onto those. They're the coolest cups. For those people who don't know, I'm a Fire King mug. I like Fire King mugs. Garrett's also a Fire King mug guy. We're Fire King enthusiasts. So these are these old vintage American-made milk glass mugs, and they come in a bajillion different patterns. I mean, I've got a bunch over there, so I really enjoy these mugs, and I want to collect more, yeah, I just like the vintage styling. Somebody said Benchmade. They're one of the people that we're looking to contact. So I think that would be a cool partnership. So we're like I said, I'm not the knife guy. I don't know that much about knives. I'm just starting to kind of get more and more familiar with them. Yeah, I've seen Garrett knows his knife. Garrett's more of a knife, not more of a. He's definitely a knife guy, and so he's helping us take the lead here with which brands are the ones to work with. Yeah, Spyderco as well. We're in contact. So we are working on doing a like higher end knife. Anything ever happened with the black wing pencils? Yes and no. Yes, in terms of us reaching out to pencil people, and I have not reached out to them yet, but they are on my list of people to reach out to because I want to make pencils and notebooks and things like that. So that's happening. So knives, pencils, and notebooks. So yeah. Somebody said, are Fire King mugs hard to find? It depends. Go to your local thrift shop and or flea markets. Usually you'll have people selling these. Some people know what they have. Some people don't. Some people don't care. Jadeite is definitely... I'm a big fan of Jadeite. I have these. I have some more in Montreal. I love the Jadeite. These are some of the most sought after ones. Character logo ones tend to be very popular. I really like these. Like I have a Snoopy one in Montreal that I don't have here. Anyways, if you get that one, that's the rarest one of all. eBay does have a bunch. You can find them usually for pretty good prices on eBay here and there. I like finding them out in the wild. I just enjoy like thrift hunting and things like that. So they go by a couple of different names. But Fire King is the most, so you can see there, Fire King oven proof. It's made by Anchor Hawking, which they still make stuff today, just under the Fire King brand. You don't see a lot of that. They don't make it under Fire King anymore. But there's different ones like like this one is a brand called Federal, which actually predates the Fire King mugs, but there's that. Then there's also like Glass Bake. So these are like alternatives to Fire King, but they're all like this heat resistant milk glass. It's like an SO one. That's Fire King. And then what are these? I think these are, Pyrex. So we all know what they still make Pyrex, but yeah. And the people at Pyrex make this thing, Chemex. So these are all like, specialty, heat glass type of things. So a lot of fun here. I like character design, vintage ones, cups and things like that. So we've got a lot of cups for me and Risa. We're just two people. She's out there chain stitching. What are you working on, Risa?
Just testing out some colors.
Just testing out the colors.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, we put up this pegboard wall the other day, and so we're just getting Risa's workstation, really put together. We got a lot of yarn, and we just ordered a bunch of these, and then the whole wall is just going to be covered with yarn. So that's what's to come. I found this great Fire King mug from the 1940s in a good friend's backyard, but it was her brother's. Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised how many you can find out there in the wild. They're not rare. Like, some are rare, but they're findable. I have. I'm just trying to find it. I'm just going to show you one thing, and then we'll get into snack time. Does the hoodie fade to give it a vintage look? These hoodies don't really... I mean, I've washed these a bunch of times. They don't really fade. I'm sure over time, decades maybe it will, or hundreds and hundreds of washes. Just trying to find my Fire King reference book, because I have a couple of them. And, where is it? Oh, it's right here. Right here. So these are. So this is. I've got two magazines here, book magazine type things, that go over. So this is a Fire King kind of guide. The Book of Fire King, Lightning Magazine, Japanese company, makes this. And it goes, I guess there's like 1,500 different mugs in here. So there's a lot, different shapes, the McDonald's one. I've got that Snoopy one, First Man on the Moon. I would really like to get that one, a space one. And it goes through all the different like kind of character ones. And there's like crazy pricing in here. Like, that one, for example, like, 9,900 yen, that is almost $100. Now, I think in the States, you can find these ones on eBay, like these ones, like, there's no price on that one, but like, this one is showing for like around 8,980 yen, so like $90 US. Like, you could probably find that one for $15, in America. So the Japanese pricing is absolutely insane. I went to a Japanese specialty shop here that like only sells like vintage mugs, and like every mug was like $100. It was a lot. So there's, I mean, every little truck stop and souvenir store used to have these. So your local area, especially in the States, you might be able to find these ones. I think are really nice. These local ones, right? And if you find them, grab them. They're pretty cool. And if you don't want them for yourself, get them for me, and we'll arrange something, because I want your local ones. Like Visa had one. You know what I mean? Like, what is this? These is this Freemasons or something like that? I don't know what that is. Holiday Inn. Like, every kind of thing you can imagine had a whatever this is, private home fitting. I don't know, maybe they do some draperies or something like that. So yeah, lots of fun and different designs here. Woody Wolf, that's a great little character design there. Yeah, some an army one. I wanted to finish off the live stream because snack time, Matt. Snack time. We've got blueberry gum flavored potato chips. And I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I think they're going to be gross, personally.
Have you had this gum?
I probably have had this gum.
Okay. You should have bought the gum, too.
Probably.
It's a very specific flavor.
Right. So let's try it out. Let's plate that. Somebody's asking, will the hoodies be on sale anytime soon? From time to time, we do some promotions on the hoodies, but I think we're very low on inventory at the moment, so I don't think we'll have any promotions right anytime soon. Maybe when we have stock levels to support a promotion. Amazing that you tried gross snacks. You gotta try them all. It's certainly fascinating that they would make blueberry gum potato chips.
So it's a collaboration between Calbee, who makes the potato chips, and Lotte, who makes the gum.
Right.
And they've been sold since 1982.
Okay.
A long seller.
All right. Oh, you got it? Okay, let's get that first smell reaction.
Oh, it smells like the gum.
Okay, so Japanese people love this gum.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. It's actually a great gum. I haven't had it in probably over a decade.
Right. I'm not even, I can smell it from here. It smells like blueberry cake or something like that.
Yeah, it's not real blueberry.
Yeah.
It's if you were to artificially make that blueberry
right
smell.
Okay.
That's it.
Let's does Naked Famous source fabrics ethically? I read crazy BBC article about forced labor in cotton fields. There's no question that we ethically source all of our raw materials. When it comes to the dirtiness of the denim industry, don't look at us. We are these are all the things that we carefully consider when making our product. We get our fabrics from Japan, cotton sourced from reputable countries and places. We're doing a lot of more American cotton, Supima cotton. The environmental standards in Japan when it comes to recycling of chemicals and things like that, it's very high. There is no I can't imagine there's any other country that has as high restrictions on how they have to deal with wastage and things like that. Like when we go to the mills, they're like, oh yeah, here's our water recycling treatment, blah blah blah. And it's like this whole giant, there's a giant machine. It'd be fun to go and walk through it and show how it all works. But yes, we're very careful when it comes to that stuff. And of course, all of our products are made in Canada, where we have labor laws and fair working conditions and things like that. So. Go look at the thing I like to say is the other day what was it? So I saw an article from one of these famous American newspapers that people love to trust and believe in, and it talked about this incredible chore coat that you can now buy for $35, a denim chore coat from a brand that was selling it for $35. They're talking about how amazing it was, and I'm like, I don't think we even just the material cost on our chore coats is about that much. I can't even sew something for imagine having something with material and sewing and I think there was free shipping on top of that, and with the website and all the staff and the product photography and all that stuff for $35. I can't imagine making something for $35 that didn't involve somebody being screwed over. if we're having something on sale and like the last of something and you have to sell it for like really, cheap to move it, got it. But like that is the retail price. Wait for it to, and there's margin in on that $35. Anyways, I don't want to rant too hard on that stuff, but it absolutely infuriates me when I see like, companies that are like on one hand talking about like justice for people and blah blah blah, and then in the next breath they're talking about, wow, look at this amazing jeans from 1999, and it's like, yes, your corporate overlords have spoken. Not gonna rant too hard on that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's especially because it's snack time. Mm-hmm. It's snack time, so let's do that. Okay, let's take a look at these chips.
There's this like a purple powders here. You can see.
Yeah, it definitely looks like. All right, well that's an interesting spice thing here. Sorry, the guy's asking, can I ask what your colleague thinks too? You're my colleague. Hello, colleague.
Hello. It's one of those things that we're all kind of guilty of when things are on like. Things have good price, we get excited and it's like, oh my god, this is a great deal, but then you kind of have to step back and then think about all the things, and you don't necessarily know how much things cost to sell, unless you're in the industry. And maybe that's why like these live streams and talks are very important, because we don't like, I don't know anything about say like metal, shelves or stuff like that. Like I don't know if like it's a good price, it's a bad price, or it's a very, very good price, suspiciously good price. And I think it's good to educate ourselves sometimes as a consumer.
Right. Anyways, that's exactly it. That's what these live streams are for. And be suspicious of things that are too good to be true, because someone's getting screwed somewhere. Anyways, speaking of too good to be true, our blueberry bubblegum flavored potato chips, too good to be true. Let's find out. So that is our potato chip. It's covered with purpley blueberry looking powder. They smell like blueberry cake. Let's take a chip.
Oh.
Yeah.
It does taste like blueberry. I don't know. Like I at first I get hit with the.
It tastes like
with the
artificial blueberry
sweetness, and then there's the sourness towards the end too.
Yeah.
The tanginess.
Oh, these are not good. They smell, like they might be good because they smell like candy, but
yeah. There's a little bit of salt in it, like.
No, these are no good. They're fun to try.
Yeah. It's not like disgusting.
Yeah, they are. They're not disgusting in the sense that like you want to barf, but you don't want to eat these. Like I'm gonna keep eating them while I say that. Yeah, this is one of those. This is exactly what these were designed for.
It's a confusing
yeah.
flavor.
Like you want to try them, but you don't want to have these.
No.
All dressed or bust. All dressed is the best chips flavor. Ruffles all dressed. That's the one. Somebody said, "Is that a pack of Sour Patch Kids back there?" It sure is. I've got Sour Patch Kids. I got gummy bears, and we've got a lot of chips. And this is what is. This is the reason why I'm gaining weight, because I just have to eat all the chips. So that's me. Biggest snack time dud in quite a long while. Yeah, I mean, is it a dud?
It's interesting.
It's interesting. It's a dud in the sense that these are not great.
Yeah.
But I think it makes for entertaining content. So if you like horrible tasting chips, then you definitely want to try the Calbee blueberry gum chips if you can find them. If your local Asian market imported them. Somebody wrote something there.
Caramucho. It's the chips that I bought from Donkey.
Oh yeah, the Caramucho. These are good.
Yeah, they're very good. We got them very cheap.
Yeah,
Because our favorite store is closed.
yeah, one of our local shops is closing down, so they're having discounts on everything. So we bought a couple bags of those. These are really good.
Winter edition.
Yeah.
But
It's like
so good.
ginger flavored, spicy, like potato.
Ginger Wagyu.
Ginger Wagyu flavor. Spicy, like potato sticks. Have you or Risa ever had corn chowder flavored potato chips, puffed rice snack? It's bizarre in a bad way. I like corn flavored almost anything.
Yeah, we have a corn soup flavored chips, but I have is corn chowder different?
Yeah,
Not sure.
I don't know.
But I do like corn soup flavored snacks. It's very good.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. We do we have any I don't know. There's probably some corn flavored snacks back there. We like making popcorn as well, but anyhow. Sorry, I came in late today. No problem. We're just about to end today's live stream. Unfortunately, the last live stream got cut off for some reason, and it won't be on IG, but I will post it on YouTube sooner than later, probably before Monday. So watch out for that. You can see what you missed there. Have you ever tried pickle flavored sunflower seeds? No, but that does sound amazing. Get some more Packy chips. We are planning on it. Will there be another run of the brown handle knife? We will see. We will see. We are planning on doing something because clearly there is a demand for it, and we did not expect to sell every single knife in one day. So
Crazy.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. Thanks for showing your support for knives, guys. We didn't know. We just thought it would be like a nice little thing, and then it blew up. So we will get on that, and we are looking to expand into some more knife offerings as well. All-time favorite movie: Terminator 2.
Oh. I don't know. Life Aquatic?
Okay.
Because I'm thinking about it.
There you go. Life Aquatic, Terminator 2. You can see where we're very similar in terms of our movie taste, as you can see. All right. I went on the site at 11:05 and missed the Ironwood one. Yeah, it went like in 3 minutes. Those were gone. All right. So, everybody, thanks again for tuning into part 2 of the live stream. If you missed part 1, it'll be up on YouTube. Go check it out there. This one will probably be posted on IG. So thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys again next week. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye, everyone.